Kate was a cold, gray morning when everything changed. Emily Parker sat by the window of her small apartment, staring at the rain that slid down the glass like silent tears. She had been unemployed for 6 months. Her savings were almost gone, and so was her confidence. Every day she sent out job applications, marketing assistant, receptionist, even cashier. But there were no replies. She felt invisible. As she made her 3rd cup of cheap instant coffee, there was a sudden knock at the door. "Who could that be?" she whispered. Hardly anyone visited her these days. When she opened the door, an elderly woman stood there holding a large brown envelope. Her clothes were simple, but her eyes were sharp and kind. "Are you Miss Emily Parker?" the woman asked. "Yes, that's me." The woman smiled slightly. "I have a message for you. My employer wishes to meet you. He saw your online portfolio, the one about community marketing projects." Emily blinked in surprise. "My portfolio? But I posted that months ago." "Who's your employer?" The woman handed her the envelope. "You'll find all the details inside. The interview is tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Don't be late." Before Emily could ask another question, the woman turned and disappeared into the rain. Inside the envelope, there was only one sheet of paper. It said, "Position, personal assistant. Location, Hillcrest Manor. Time, 9:00 a.m. Sharp. Note, discretion is essential." Emily stared at the paper. Hillcrest Manor? That was the old mansion on the hill, the one people whispered about, saying it was haunted. Her heart raced. She didn't believe in ghosts. But still, the idea of working there made her nervous. Yet this could be her chance. Maybe the chance. Emily took a deep breath and whispered, "I'll go." "What do I have to lose?" That night she couldn't sleep. She kept wondering who had sent that message. And why her? Section 2. The mysterious interview. The next morning, Emily wore her best and only formal outfit, a gray suit and black shoes that pinched her toes. The road to Hillcrest Manor was long and curving, lined with old oak trees. The mansion appeared through the mist like something from a dream, tall, dark, and elegant, with vines crawling up its walls. At the gate, the same elderly woman from the previous day greeted her. "Good morning, Miss Parker. Follow me." Inside, the manor was even more impressive. High ceilings, chandeliers, and portraits of serious-looking people who seemed to watch her every move. They entered a large study. Behind a massive wooden desk sat a man in his late 50s. He had silver hair, sharp blue eyes, and an air of quiet power. "Miss Parker," he said, standing up. "I'm Mr. Harrison. Please, sit down." Emily nodded nervously. "I've read your work," he continued. "You have talent, creativity, and empathy. That's what I need." "Thank you, sir," she said softly. "May I ask what exactly the job involves?" He leaned back in his chair. "You will assist me with my personal and business affairs. Some tasks will be unusual, but you'll be paid well, and you'll live here at the manor." Emily hesitated. "Unusual? How so?" Mr. Harrison smiled mysteriously. "Let's just say I prefer privacy. You'll learn as you go. Do you accept?" Her mind raced. Living here in this grand house? With a generous salary? It felt like a dream. Or maybe a trap. But again, what did she have to lose? "I accept," she said finally. Mr. Harrison nodded. "Good. You begin tonight." That evening, Emily unpacked her things in a cozy room overlooking the garden. But as she tried to sleep, she heard something, faint footsteps in the hallway, though she knew she was alone. Then a whisper, soft, almost musical, floated through the air. "Find the letters, and you'll find the truth." Emily sat up, her heart pounding. "Who's there?" she called. Silence. The wind blew and the curtains moved slightly, though the windows were closed. She tried to laugh it off. "Maybe I'm just tired," she muttered. But deep inside, she knew something wasn't right about Hillcrest Manor. Days passed, and Emily settled into her new routine. She helped Mr. Harrison organize documents, reply to emails, and manage old family records. He was kind but distant, always busy with mysterious letters and locked drawers. One afternoon, while dusting the library shelves, Emily noticed an old photograph half hidden behind a book. It showed a young Mr. Harrison with a smiling woman and a small girl. On the back, it said, "Clara, my sunshine, 2003. Emily frowned. She had never heard Mr. Harrison mention a wife or daughter. That evening, when she brought him tea, she asked gently, "Sir, who is Clara?" For a moment, his face went pale. Then he said quietly, "That's a part of my Emily apologized and left quickly." But her curiosity only grew. Later that night, she heard music, a piano playing softly somewhere in the house. The melody was sad and beautiful. She followed the sound to a locked door at the end of the corridor. "Mr. Harrison?" she called. No answer. The next day, she mentioned the piano music to the elderly housekeeper, Mrs. Green. Mrs. Green froze. "You heard it too?" "Yes, why?" "That room has been locked for 15 years, since Miss Clara disappeared." Emily's eyes widened. "Disappeared?" Mrs. Green nodded. "She was Mr. Harrison's daughter, a lovely girl. One night she went out for a walk and never returned. The police never found her. Since then, the master has never been the same." Emily felt a chill run down her spine. So that's the truth behind the sadness in his eyes. That night, she couldn't stop thinking about the whisper she'd heard on her first night. "Find the letters, and you'll find the truth." Could those letters be connected to Clara? A week later, while organizing old boxes in the attic, Emily found a small wooden chest covered in dust. It was locked, but one of the hinges was broken. Carefully, she pried it open. Inside were several letters tied with a blue ribbon. The handwriting was delicate and familiar. It matched the one in the photograph. The letters were addressed to Father. Emily hesitated but began to read. "Dear Father, I know you don't like Mr. Adams, but I love him. He's kind to me, and I believe he truly cares. I hope one day you'll understand." Another letter read, "Father, I overheard something terrible. Mr. Adams and your business partner. They plan to take everything from you." "I'm scared. Please trust me and be careful." Emily's hands trembled. The final letter said, "If you find this, it means something has gone wrong. Mr. Adams isn't who he says he is. He's dangerous. I'm leaving tonight to get proof. I love you always, Clara." Emily's heart pounded. Clara hadn't just disappeared. She had been in danger. Suddenly, footsteps echoed below the attic. "Miss Parker?" It was Mr. Harrison's voice. She quickly hid the letters under her coat. "Yes, sir." "I'm just cleaning." He nodded but looked at her strangely. "Be careful with old things. Some memories are better left buried." That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She knew she had to tell him, but how? What if he thought she was lying? The next morning, she decided to show him the letters. But when she went to the study, Mr. Harrison was gone. Mrs. Green looked worried. He left early. Said he had to meet someone from the old company, a man named Adams. Emily froze. "Adams!" Without thinking, she grabbed her coat and ran out the door. Emily's small car raced down the foggy road toward the old business office near the docks. Her heart was pounding. When she arrived, she saw Mr. Harrison's car parked outside. The building was dark except for one light upstairs. She ran inside, climbing the creaky stairs. Voices came from the office above. "After all these years," a cold male voice said, "you still don't understand, Harrison. Clara found out too much. She wanted to expose us." Mr. Harrison's voice shook with anger. You did something to her, didn't you?" Adams laughed. "She tried to run. It was an accident. But now you'll finally give me what I want. The company shares." Emily burst into the room. "Stop!" Both men turned in shock. "Emily?" Mr. Harrison said. She held up the letters. "I found these, Clara's letters. She warned you about Adams." Adams lunged forward, trying to grab the papers, but Mr. Harrison blocked him. There was a struggle, a crash, and Adams fell against the desk, hitting his head. Sirens wailed in the distance. Emily had called the police before entering. When it was over, Adams was arrested. Mr. Harrison sat down, shaking, holding the letters close to his chest. "She tried to save me," he whispered. "My little girl? All these years I thought she ran away, but she was protecting me." Tears filled his eyes. "Thank you, Emily. Without you, I would never have known the truth." Weeks later, the manor felt different, brighter, warmer. Mr. Harrison asked Emily to stay, not just as his assistant, but as a trusted friend. Together, they reopened the family business, this time focused on helping local communities. Just as Clara had dreamed, Emily found purpose again, and something more. One evening, as the sun set behind the manor, she looked out at the garden. The piano music played once more, soft and peaceful. Mrs. Green smiled beside her. "She's at peace now, dear." Emily nodded. "And so are we." She thought back to that first knock on her door, the mysterious